Hey y'all, good to see you here again on Grassroots Gardening. I'm Ryan, and today we're at my house, as you can see, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys. So yes, I do own a landscape supply store, and my yard kind of looks pretty junky right now. But my gardening channel is not a perfect home gardening channel. Mine's real life, and so we're trying to fix it up so that we have a better looking yard. And that's what I'm going to do, is take you guys along on the journey and the transformation. We've worked on the front porch. We've got it looking beautiful. And now we're going to work on here, out here in the parking area. So if you want to follow along, now would be a great time to hit that like and subscribe down there. And let's go see what we can learn, because the more you know, the more you grow. So what we're dealing with today, guys, is this is obviously where we park our cars, under the carport. And the front door, of course, going into the home. And I don't like where we put this limelight hydrangea. It looks really wiry. It just simply is not the right place for this shrub. This shrub can easily get 10 foot tall, 8 wide, and sometimes even bigger than that. It's an awesome shrub. It's done blooming, but anyway, we're going to dig it up, and I think what I'm going to do is use this giant pot that we've got right here. The Monstera, of course, has got to come out because he's not going to make it through winter, so he's got to go in the greenhouse. But I want to take that big, pretty blue pot, move this hydrangea, move these little retaining wall blocks, and we're going to set him right there, centered with this pole, and put a emerald green thuja in it. So this beautiful evergreen here, this is, some people call them arborvitae, but it's thuja, T-H-U-J-A is how it's actually spelled. But that'll make a really nice accent. They stay pretty skinny, so that'll help kind of match, you know, the what we got going on there with that pole. I've got another sky pencil holly right there that's kind of falling apart on me, but kind of try to do the same thing there. Just have some nice tall vertical accents on this big old peak. And our home is actually a well, it's a pole barn, so it's just a pole building, metal exterior, wooden structure. And then we've just taken on the inside, which I'll show you guys later, and turned it into our home. I got plants galore in there, and I'm building some shelves. That's why you see all this junk out here. Again, this is real life, y'all. This is a real life gardening channel, so I got junk everywhere. Built this cool little back screen out of bamboo and got it stained last night. That's going to hide all the wires and stuff coming out of the receiver going to the TV. Hopefully it turns out okay. And then I did some hanging shelves, which I'll show you guys when we get done. But just got to get this area spruced up. It's just looking kind of junky. Of course, it's fall and we got leaves everywhere, and the wind has been just blowing today. It's kind of calmed down a little bit now. But we've also got Hurricane Nicole, I think is her name. You can see the pine trees rocking a little bit. Of course, they'll stop now that I'm filming, but Hurricane Nicole blowing in, going to bring us some rain and stuff. But anyhow, I want to get busy moving these retaining wall, little retaining blocks, digging this hydrangea up. I may or may not replant it. It's not the healthiest, I'll be honest. So I may just discard it. I may just stick it in the ground and see if, you know, give it a shot. So I'm going to get to work moving that stuff. Then we're going to move the pot in place when my son gets home, because that thing is heavy as crap. We're going to put the Monstera in the greenhouse. We're going to plant our thuja. Going to put some pansies and some decorative, I think that's mustard, decorative mustard around it, some Dusty Miller. We've got our Land and Sea by Espoma, of course. We're going to throw some Biotone in there, as you know. We're not planting anything without it. And let's see how we can transition this thing, and I'm sure it's going to look better. Hopefully it's going to look great. So we've got our hydrangea removed now, and I'm going to keep some of this soil because there were worms, there's one, everywhere in this soil. It's really healthy. Plus I want to introduce all of the microbes and just that good organic material into the pot for our thuja. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take and spread some water, or spray some water right here, tamp this area real good, because that pot is heavy and it's going to want to settle. So I'm going to tamp this the best I can. I'm going to see if I can coerce my 14-year-old with some chicken fingers to come out here and help me move that heavy thing. So I'm going to grab the hose and water this in and tamp it right now. And by watering it in, this will help just settle that soil, and there'll be less settling, and hopefully our pot won't lean. Probably will anyway, just because it's so huge and heavy, but we'll just kind of push up on it from time to time and level her up. And I've taken and I just capped this irrigation line. This was a sprinkler for the little bed that was here, so I've capped it for now. I'll come back later and I will put on my micro irrigation to go into the pot so we don't have to water it. That's pretty much it right there. Thanks, buddy. You just earned yourself some dinner. All right, that's about where I want it. I'm trying to tell you, that thing is heavy. So it's still got potting soil in it, which is one of the reasons it's very heavy. But I didn't feel like taking it out. We just had to move it that short little distance. Got her slid in place now, so I'm going to remove this potting soil, not all of it, probably about half of it. That way I can add some of the native soil with the earthworms back in, and then we can add our spoma, and then plant our pansies and our annuals around it, and we'll be done. Easy peasy. And we might as well use as much native soil as we want to, because one, it's super rich. That's obvious by the earthworms, and it'll save us our bag material that we can then use in a different spot. All right, so I got what I think is about the right depth. We'll give our thuja here a couple smacks on the side of the pot to loosen up that root ball. And take our tag off here. Oh yeah, she's gonna come out beautifully. Add what's left in the pot because that's got fertilizer in it. And that's about the right height. Now we need to add our biotone. Okay, we've got our gardener size bag of biotone here. What I'm going to do, reach down in here. That's probably about 1.5 cups. I'm just going to take and rub that all on the roots, because as we know, biotone has all the beneficial bacteria and fungi that will attach itself to the roots. So if we can go ahead and put it in contact like that right there, then we just gave it a head start. And we want to make sure we add our biotone, so I'm going to add another 1.5 cups, so that's 3 cups total. And we're just going to go all the way around that root ball. Then we need to kind of make sure that the prettiest side, or the side that we want facing out, is facing out, and most importantly, in my opinion, that she is straight vertical. Straightly, is that a word? You know what I mean. It's straight up and down. So I think I like it like that. This is kind of a wider side, and as people pull up, it'll just kind of give it a little bit more impact, make it look a little bit bigger. And so now it looks pretty vertical to me. I'm going to just break these roots up just gently so that they can spread out into this new soil and go to town, and this thing can go ahead and take on off. Now we're going to use our Espoma Land and Sea. So the same company that makes the biotone makes this compost, and they don't pay me to say this, to use this. If you're listening to Espoma and you want to pay me, then that's fine. But this is not a paid advertisement. They just make really, really good material, and plants are my life, and I need stuff that's going to make them do the best that they can do, and I've found that in this product, so that's why we're using it. So we'll just go ahead and take and dump it in the pot, kind of work all the way around, because we're going to be planting our pansies in this material as well. And I may add a little bit of different potting soil on the top, just because this is this is really more of a chunky style compost. You see those nice big chunks. The pansies will do just fine in this. I'm just worried they may dry out a little bit too quick. So I may get some Happy Frog or some, let's see what else we got. No, probably use Happy Frog potting soil. It's just a little more compact, and the bedding plants, the annuals, seem to like it just fine. So I may just top dress with a little bit of that around the pansies. So let's spread this out evenly all around our root ball of our thuja. Pack it down lightly. We don't want to pack it down too tight where it can't breathe. But we just want to make sure the tree doesn't blow over, of course, especially with the hurricane coming. So we'll pack it down nice and lightly. And then let me go get some of the Happy Frog and put that in here. And we can start planting our annuals and we're done. Here is Happy Frog. This is what we plant the majority of our hanging baskets, our annuals, stuff like that. We use this material there at the nursery. See, it's a finer material, still light and fluffy. It's got perlite in it, but it's just finer because when you're dealing with the annuals, you usually have a lot finer roots, and the land and sea, as I said, is a little more chunky. I'm afraid they may dry out a little too quick, so we'll use a finer potting soil for those guys because they have finer roots. We'll just take this big old bag up if we can and pour it in and fill up to close to the rim of this container. And we don't want to go all the way to the rim because then whatever rain or when we hook up our micro irrigation, we don't want the water just running out of the pot. We want it to stay in. So we're just going to go right below the rim, probably about an inch down is what I usually like to do. And we'll tamp it in just slightly as well. Well, y'all, Murphy's Law got us yet again. And so had a little bit of technical difficulty yesterday. Evidently, the camera was tired. It just quit recording one of the most important parts, of course, when I was going to show you guys the plants that we were planting in the pot. So we're out here the next day, and I'm just going to have to kind of throw this in the video. Sorry about that, but nothing I can do. Can't go back in time. That wind is really getting it today. So we've got old Hurricane Nicole blowing in for sure. The temperature's dropped probably 20 degrees, maybe a little bit more. So anyhow, sorry I had to interject in the video here, but I want to show you guys these really cool plants that we put in the container because, well, it's a gardening channel and that's kind of an important part that got left out. So we'll start with the one front and center here. This is Moonlight Night. This is a sweet alyssum. It's a fragrant annual. Probably get a foot high, foot wide, kind of a mounding plant. This is the one that will trail over the front here. Beautiful little plant, and it'll last all winter long. So that'll be kind of our front and center filler as well as our spiller coming over the side. And then we just got your standard yellow pansies planted in here. I threw some Dusty Miller in on a couple of the corners here. Got one there, and matching on the other side. Now this one is a really cool new plant. This is Ms. America. So this is an ornamental mustard green, but look how purple that thing is. We can't keep these at the garden center right now. Crazy popular just because of that real dark foliage, and you can see how well it contrasts with that Dusty Miller and even the yellow pansies right there. Just a beautiful foliage plant, and that'll get pretty sizable too, probably a foot or more, and kind of spill over the side a little bit there as well. And so that's kind of the theme we went all the way around. Just yellow pansies, the purple mustard Ms. America, and then our Moonlight Night sweet alyssum from Proven Winners. All right, for time's sake, I'm not going to be able to get this like really raked out with a rake like I'd like to. So I'm just using my old Hey Dudes to get it smoothed out enough. And let's go ahead and take the hose here. I'll show you guys how I water it in after I get done planted. We don't want to flood it, and we got to kind of be careful since they're new plantings. We can wash this whole pot off too, make her shine up a little bit. But we just want to water them in well. The soil below was pretty dry when we took that Monstera out. So I'm just going to kind of let it go real lightly and move around and just soak these guys in real well. And then we will just keep an eye on them. They will be good as they are without any additional water for at least a day or two. We just got to kind of watch this hurricane coming in and see what she does. And this pot does have drain holes, so we don't have to worry about that too much. And I always just kind of clean up the foliage, just wash it down a little bit, and this kind of helps de-stress it in my opinion too. If it's real thirsty, it can take up some water through the leaves. And I think that looks pretty good, y'all. What do y'all think? Leave me a comment below and tell me what you think about the before and after. Again, I know we got to pretty up around the pot and bring in some more rock and rake it out, but the stupid time changed this past weekend, and so I'm kind of in a race with the sun right now. But isn't that pretty? Sunlight coming through that valley there. We did get this hillside mulched here the other day, so we're slowly working at it, y'all. We were going to get it one of these days. This is a big old yard, and it's a lot for one person to take care of. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope that y'all will continue to watch the evolution of this yard, and let's get this thing looking like a true landscape supply yard owner should have it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it as always, and always remember, the more you know, the more you grow. See you on the next video, y'all.